Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Pisces for March 2022. Keep in mind this message is general, so take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest, go about your day, and know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in your world to get whatever fulfillment it is that you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, personal power. And to me, this power lies at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet. So use that power to do wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers, I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. You guys mean the world to me, truly. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates and you'd like to see more, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along the ride. Big shout out to all my Pisces gang, guys. Happy birthday if your your birthday's in March, okay? If March is your birthday month, happy birthday and happy belated birthday for all my Pisces that were born in February. So we are nearing close to the end of Pisces season right now, and I have felt though like a lot of what I want to hear is I heard internal shifts, but even within myself I've definitely noticed a lot of this, and I definitely feel like for a lot of you guys winding out of Pisces seasons, what I heard was here you may actually be getting or hearing a lot of heartfelt messages from people, but this is also within yourself to really pay attention to those heartfelt messages that you feel within yourself. So before I get started, I'm just going to take a moment to call on Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. I'm going to call on Archangel Raphael today, as well as my team of light and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I'm going to ask them to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you that would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages that are for the farthest reaching of you, but only for the highest good of everyone watching, okay? So let's get going into these messages. First, I have the Archangel Animal Oracle cards here, just to get an overall energy and advice Spirit would like us to know. So you actually get two beautiful cards here. You get the Kingfisher, and this to me speaks of patience, and it says be patient and be focused. Not everything, what I heard is Rome wasn't built in a day, and not everything is going to come right exactly when we think that we want it. So some of us, I'm hearing again, and I'm going to resonate a lot with weight loss journey, but that's because that's what I'm going on. But I feel like that's a really good example here. If we do a workout or even a week's worth of workouts and we're eating really great, you may start to notice a lot of things. Probably sore, but you may even notice some changes in your body, that your endurance is going up. You may feel a little bit more toned and tightened. But if you step on that scale and it doesn't say that it's gone down, a lot of us, I feel like at this point, this is where we could get really defeated and deflated and feel like, well, I'm doing it. This is where we have to be patient. Sometimes along this process, you may be doing everything right for a week or 2 weeks, and you may not see what you would call as a scale result, but there needs to be a real importance put here on non-scale victories. If you resonate with, you know, a fitness or weight loss journey, could you lift more than you could last week? Did you go up in weights? So that kind of thing. Now, regardless of whether whatever you're going through right now and your goals are weight loss inspired or fitness inspired, Spirit's saying be patient with it. Maybe you're writing, maybe you're putting out a song, or maybe you're putting out music and you want it to be a hit song right now. Well, it has to have time to hit the charts. And for what I heard is, for some of you, it may be really important for meditation, as well as if you are, you know, trying to put yourself out there, promote yourself. That may be really important. So we have here as well, Turtle, be joyful and trusting. And this to me is such a beautiful energy, like a mother figure as well. So I'm going to read to you out of the book from the Turtle and see what messages this book has to. So this is not, I'm grabbing Archangel Raphael. This is by Diana Cooper, this book, and let's see what messages Turtle have to offer. Alright. It says, these highly evolved beings step down to Earth from another universe through an ascended aspect of Jupiter, known as Jumbai, the plane of happiness and abundance. Turtles radiate these qualities in their energy fields. Like all reptiles, they maintain their original divine blueprint from Source. Their soul mission is to help raise and maintain the frequencies of our oceans and facilitate proper prosperity consciousness and higher knowing in humanity. They trust the land to look after their eggs and the sea to nurture their young so that enough of their offspring will survive. Their tough shell protects an incredibly sensitive inner. They form part of the dolphin's protective army by raising they form part of the dolphin's protective army by raising the frequency of the waters around them to create an impenetrable wall of light. Then lower entities cannot access the informations turtles hold in trust. Turtles draw our attention to the importance of keeping the waters clean and often sacrifice themselves while doing so. The guidance here says, choosing this card suggests you may sometimes put your shell around you to protect your sensitive feelings. This also prevents the good from coming in. Your guidance is to let this wall down and place light around yourself instead. Through the turtles, tune into Jumbai and focus on abundance consciousness. You can call in love, prosperity, happiness, and all manner of good things, but be sure to visualize others and the whole planet receiving this stream of bounty with you. Trust the universe loves you and that everything will work out for the highest good. The rich and generous universe is ready to bring you plenty, so value who you truly are. And if you wish to sacrifice yourself for the majority, do so consciously. I think this is really important as well, to really harness in this abundance consciousness. We have to be patient. Just because we're not seeing this abundance now, it doesn't mean it's not coming. It doesn't mean that this world isn't fruitful enough to sustain all of us that are here on this planet. There are resources, there are more than enough resources, but again, I think it's about division of wealth and how these resources are spread around. So for some of you as well, what I heard is you may be a freedom fighter, you may be somebody right now who's really, really focused. I did hear Ukraine for some of you, but I feel like that this is the place where it is going to be important to know that whatever goals you're focusing on, they come into fruition, and you have to keep that abundance consciousness going. You have to keep that, because if you decide that, you're going to say, well, you know what, it hasn't come yet, so I don't think it's going to happen. That's lack mentality. That's lack consciousness. Abundance consciousness says, I know the universe has protected me, I know I'm provided for, and I am truly blessed in this world. So these are some pretty really wonderful and beautiful cards, as well as this Kingfisher as not just being patient, but he's very, very skilled at what he does. This Kingfisher, like it shows you with the fish, can stand or dive down from heights and go into the depths and still catch his prey. It's just about waiting for the right moment to strike. So being joyful and trusting that you are taken care of in this world. And they want me to show you the bottom, which is whale. For some of you, I think as well, because all of these are water, you may have a real strong affinity to water. Live as a fully conscious being. For some of you as well, as I heard whale music, I'm sure you can look it up on YouTube. My mom used to have this CD years ago that was like a whale music meditation. And I think it's really important as well as just how far this sound and sonic vibrations can really travel. For some of you as well, with this affinity to water, you may actually get a lot of messages while you're in the shower, while you're in the pool. I know, and this is me, but some of you, if you guys are watching me, we may be more alike than we know, right? In the summertime, a lot of times, I will just go and lay in the water and float. And I have received very prophetic messages from the divine through this. So just what I'm hearing is, like, for some of you, this may also be where you're tuning into your psychic abilities through the water. So just keep that in mind. Again, if it doesn't resonate, it's not for you, but it could be for someone out there. So we have Archangel Raphael, which is increased energy. This is wonderful. Because I feel like for some of you as well, like where I was going earlier on with this, with Pisces energy, I have really felt Pisces season heavy. There's been a lot of heaviness. Now, a lot has happened during Pisces season as well. I do as well feel like for some of you, if you are feeling a lot of heaviness, this could be collective energy around us, because there is a lot of fear, there's a lot of unknown energy happening. And this is, again, this is me, my personal feelings, but again, guys, you may have felt this too. I feel like, where was I going with that? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, throughout all this really heavy energy, my energy has been like drained. I have been struggling big time in terms of feeling energetic. There's been a lot of places where I've had to almost force myself, because I know that if I work out, I'm going to feel better. But up until that point where I've been working out, I had a really low energy the last, I'd say, couple weeks. Now, for me personally, the sun is out right now and it's nice, and I got my morning walk in, so I'm feeling a lot better. But this is where I think it's important as well to change our habits. So if there's something we're doing that we feel is depleting our energy, or someone we're around that we feel is depleting our energy, this is where we need to be really conscious and figure out what is happening, what's going on right now, and move accordingly. For some of you, it may be really important to ask Archangel Raphael to help you. So it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. Dear Raphael, thank you for filling me with unlimited energy of divine love and light. Dear Raphael, thank you for filling me with unlimited energy of divine love and light. And I think that this is really, really what I heard is, for some of us, is a turning point, okay? Trusting that the universe is here, living as a fully conscious individual, and I heard embedded in this. Because I think it's also important for you to know, somewhere in your consciousness or your unconscious self, embedded there is your soul's mission. Many of you already know you're working towards it, but we grow every day. Every day. There could be new downloads that you're getting, new understandings that you're getting. And I think that coming into the next month, or coming even out of Pisces season and moving into Aries, it's going to be really important to focus on the joy, to focus on our heart, and to be nurturing with the people around us, and to be seeing with this clear eye, but still patient, and practicing these patience and understanding. So one more from Archangel Raphael, please, which is home help. For some of you, I heard as well, like, you may just feel really, really tired, or you have been feeling tired potentially, and doing the stuff that you need to around home has maybe taken the back burner. So for a lot of us, I know as well, like, if you have so many things that you have to accomplish in a day, you have to prioritize, right? So for example, you know, if we get up, if you have kids, right, if you know that in the morning you have a certain set of things that you have to do, you have to make their lunches, you've got to get them fed, make sure everyone's dressed, get yourself some clothes on, some breakfast, and make it out the door and get them to school on time, okay? These kinds of things. There may have been something in this that you would have liked to do. Maybe you wanted to get yourself, you know, a more healthy breakfast. Or for some of you, maybe in the morning you just skip breakfast totally because you don't have time for it. And I think this is where it's prioritizing on what is going to be important. Some of you may pick breakfast up on the way. So is it really important if you're going to make breakfast at home? No. But if you're not a person who's going to pick breakfast up on the way, or if you're someone with a lot of dietary restrictions, we know that probably going to McDonald's for a McMuffin or Tim Hortons or wherever it is you go, right, for your breakfast sandwich may not help you the most in terms of, as well as what I'm hearing, is energy. So if you know that you're very, very sensitive and you have food allergies, this is going to be where you're going to want to take that few extra minutes and get yourself something good. I know a lot of us, and this is not meant to be preachy, but it's coming out, so I'm going to say what they're telling me. A lot of us don't want to eat breakfast. A lot of us think that we don't have time for it. We're not really hungry in the morning. But it's so, so important to get our metabolism going, to fuel our body, to fuel our brain. And to get our metabolism revving, really, is what I heard. So I'm going to read to you what Home Help says here. It says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matters regarding my family and home. And here's another thing I'm hearing is, like, if you have older children, if you need to delegate responsibilities, so for some of them, they can pack their own lunch, right? If there's something that you can pass off their responsibility to them so that you can get what you need to get done in this busy rush of a morning or whenever it is, this may be something to do. I feel like as well, for many of you, you may feel like you're always doing it alone. There's this place as well, as I heard, of like defeatistness as well. Because if we feel like we're the only ones ever doing the dishes, or if we're the only ones ever doing the laundry, or if we're the only ones who ever clean the toilet, you know, all those kinds of things, this stuff kind of makes you, there's some resentment, as well as when you work your butt off. And if maybe you're getting up in the morning, getting all this stuff done, getting the kids after school, getting yourself off to work, coming home, and still having to make sure that everybody is taken care of. So one of the things you could do in your morning routine is throw something in the crock pot, right? But if you don't have time, there's also a really need to prioritize. Maybe I need to wake up just a little bit early. Maybe I don't want to. But if I do that, then tonight, when I'm really exhausted, I've already put the roast in the crock pot or whatever it is, right? Saving yourself a little bit of time and giving yourself more energy. For some of you, it's making the lunches at night, the night before, or doing little things. So, you know, just little things to give you less to do in the morning. So I'm going to pull you, the bottom card has shown up in all three readings, okay, that I've done was second opinion. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, guide me to the best healthcare professionals for this situation, especially if you're going through what I heard is energy issues, if you're going through some sort of illness or something like that. This could be mental illness as well. And it is really important, you know, seek out the mental health or the physical, the healthcare professionals that you know are going to work with you and be right with you. I feel like it's also important that you jive with these people, that you kind of are on an understanding, because if you are, you know, feeling a certain way about medication or about, like, you know, just how you would like this process to go, and you have a doctor or a healthcare professional who's not on the same page as you, this could get really tricky. So I feel like it's just going to be really important as well. For some of you, I heard naturopath. You know, but just to be really sure that you are, if you're being prescribed a lot of medication, that you do have a say in this to find out, like, how necessary is this? What is this for? What is this doing? What is the side effects? You know, is it something I absolutely need to have, or is it something a little bit more elective, okay? So I think it's just really important as well that here's where we're going to figure out what's draining our energy. We're going to be very, very conscious of it. We're going to seek out joy, and we're going to come from a place of abundance, because this place of lack, it hasn't helped us at all. It hasn't helped us, okay? So let's move here. I want to find out more about home health. They're taking me right here. For some of you, this could be like if you have been taking care of a loved one or something like that, and you're getting exhausted, is what I heard. It may be important for you to ask for some, like, respite care, or ask for someone to come in and just give you a break. Get your butt outside for a walk, or go and do something where you're not constantly on call. So we have here the Five of Cups. And right here, May is here. So there could be a lot of significance to you for May as well, I feel like. For some of you, I definitely feel like, for some of you, this may be like a really insatiable hunger, okay? And if that's the case, then bring me back to energy. If you're very, very hungry and you're feeling like you can't fill yourself up, or you can't satisfy yourself enough, Spirit's asking me, have you eaten enough protein? Have you balanced out your protein and carbs? Because I think as well, for some of you, now, again, I'm not a doctor, okay? So that's something you need to talk with your doctor about. But for some of you as well, there may be, your energy levels may be really linked to your sugar, to the way that you are eating and your sugars. So for some of you, if you have felt like that resonated, you may want to get to the doctor or get somewhere and just get it checked, get your blood sugar levels checked. But I think that this is also important, is that we're eating appropriate to what our body needs and desires as well. So not stopping yourself from eating something because, you know, it's such a strict mentality of, if I eat that, let's say, then I won't lose weight. We need to do this all in balance, okay? Staying focused. One bowl of ice cream in the long run of it, it's not going to do anything. But if we continue to do this every day, you're going to probably see that you're not getting the results that you want. As well as I feel like as well with this, it's also really important, like I was going on about earlier, if you do find that you have sort of food sensitivities and things like that, and you know that ice cream is a problem, preaching to the choir on myself here, because I like ice cream a lot, but lactose doesn't love me. And lactose-free ice cream is usually full of like sucralose and all of these other things that are really bad, and it's a toss-up. So I think what I need to do is probably make my own lactose-free ice cream, but I'm lazy, yo. But that is also where I end up with a huge bellyache and not feeling great, and my energy's been seriously low. And there are places where, while I do strongly believe that there's a lot of energy associated with the new moon we had in Pisces, I think that also it's been food choices. What are you eating? Because this is a big thing, right? If we eat a whole pizza or something like that to ourselves, we're on the couch, we aren't moving, we feel like crap. So I think this is just really important, as well as coming into May. What I heard as well is, for some of you, elimination diet. For some of you, you may actually be moving through that, and what I heard as well is in a process of like gut health and gut healing, and that's going to be really important here, to make sure that you stick to those eliminations, because for the longest time, and they're giving me more of these, but for the longest time, I just thought that wheat was my problem, that I knew my grandma was celiac, and that I shouldn't eat wheat because it's bad, and it bloats me, and it makes me feel like yucky, and it robs me of my energy. True. But if I stopped there, I wouldn't have known that dairy was a problem, because I love my cheese. I, have always drank milk in my tea. I don't like milk, so to speak, so it kind of makes a lot of sense there. But I just feel like it's really important as well, because there may be certain foods and vegetables even that you really love, but depending on, where you are in your journey here, especially if this has to do with gut health, they're telling me about FODMAPs, okay, because I have been as well trying to stick to a low FODMAP diet. Things that I could eat before, now, like zucchini. A low FODMAP piece of zucchini is like this small piece, which is fine if it's cut up and used appropriately. Many of us, when we eat these things, though, we want to eat a lot. And I think that, especially if you like zoodles or anything like that, and I think that that's where it's just being really, really cautious as well of what are you eating, and what is the reaction that your body's taking from it. That Golden Gate Bridge as well, some of you may live in San Francisco. Some of you, this may be like a bucket list to go. For some of you, may be going there in May. And you have as well here, this is interesting, the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Five of Pentacles upright, it's sniffing out some new possibilities. There's changes arising. These two may even be new to each other. There's only 5 kibble left though here, so they're kind of like, same thing with here. I feel like this is worrying about lack mentality rather than focusing on all of the abundance. So we really need to stay in that abundance mentality right now. Tell me more about these two, please, Spirit. Thank you. And you have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. No food left in these bowls. Spirit, what is I said fixation. There's a fixation around food, okay? So So for some of you, it definitely may be that we need to be just very mindful of what we're putting in our bodies, how much we're putting in our bodies. And when I said that, judgment flew out, and they're showing me this white feather here. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers as well here. And this is a choice. This is a choice in love. For many of you, with this help at home, and it could be with the Lovers as well, this could be, and especially if you resonated with a weight loss journey, if you've resonated with, you know, really needing to be conscious of the foods that you're eating. Low FODMAP as well, I find like, this is just me, but as much as I love chips and everything like that too, any of those snack items with a lot of processed sugars, a lot of like MSG and salts, my body hates me the next day. Like, I want to lay on the couch and don't want to do much. So what Spirit's saying to me to tell you, as well as I've had to, is literally ask my family not to bring that stuff in the house. If you're going to eat it, please hide it from me, because I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel like I'm being denied something, but it's this moment of we really think we need to get it in our mind straight that this is counterproductive. This is not helping me. This is not healthy for me. And I think that there is a judgment here on whatever you know, whatever the situation is. There is a real judgment here. For some of you, I heard as well, you may have some spiritual ties to ancient Egypt as well. There could be a lot of information being released to you in May as well here, that some of it because of the way the food prices and everything, and gas prices, everything's going up. For some of us, this may be a real point where we're like, I can't afford to emotionally eat anymore. I need to dial this down because, you know, things are getting crazy around here. But I also feel like with this Lovers card, even though like this could be someone else in your world, but I think this is you really making a choice in, how do I love myself? How do I treat myself right? What is it that I need to thrive within relationship and within partnership? What is it that I need so that I don't feel like there's this lack, or that I don't feel like this happiness isn't coming to me? For some of you, this is what this be patient and focused on is, and this being joyful and trusting, is that, you know, if you have been looking for a partner, or if you've been looking for somebody, you know, in a romantic way, and you feel like it's not coming here, it's because the right person hasn't come along yet. Trust the process, my friends. So I'm going to leave you with one piece of parting advice here from the Work Through Light Oracle. And let's see what messages Spirit would like to leave us as a parting message, please. Thank you. And you have Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. And it says, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. What seeds are you sowing going forward? What foundations are you laying? I think as well, what I heard is if you do have children as well, I think it's important as well as to think about what foundations are we laying, what seeds are we laying. Because if our kids see us emotionally eating or grazing all day, we're setting an example. I think that we need to catch ourselves as well as if there's emotionally eating, because this feels like this Five of Pentacles kind of feels like an out in the cold energy. If we're feeling like our situation, you know, we're even with our romantic interests, what we say to ourselves and the way we speak about this, it really is laying the groundwork for how we're going to experience our reality. So it is important here, I feel like, to focus on your goals, to sow the seeds that you want to see grow and flourish, and to know that if we don't plant this seed, it's not going to grow. They're talking to me about sunflowers as well, and the abundance of sunflowers, as well as the sun, being the sun in the tarot. So underneath that, the High Priestess is here in reverse. I do feel like there's something that you already know what, I feel like you are aware of whatever situation I'm talking about, and you know what you need to do to move forward. It's just, again, to stay focused, to be patient, and what I heard is to be kind as well throughout this process. So laying the foundation is to set up yourself for a better world going forward, a different world, and there's changes coming for sure, my friends. So that's the message I have. I hope that it resonates with you. For some of you, as well as what I heard is, and there's Egypt back here as well. For some of you, what I heard is it may be really important for you to really connect to that Christ consciousness. You may want to do even meditations to connect to it. And I did hear as well that maybe asking Jesus, asking him to help you through this part of your journey, to help you with love and grace, may really, really help you. So that's the message I have. I hope that it resonates. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.